Yeah, I think a team that's overrated is the New York Giants. And just let me explain. I understand that I am a Cowboys fan, but just allow me to explain.
Kelly agrees.
Okay. Okay. Well, the thing is that when people want to pencil in the New York Giants, like, oh my god, like I've seen people in their power rankings, not like ESPN. I'm talking about just regular people. Like I see people putting the Giants at 2, 4, 5, like in the top 5. I'm like, you do realize they have Eli Manning as their quarterback. And people would be like, oh, but they signed Brandon Marshall. But it's like, Brandon Marshall isn't the same player as he was like 5-6 years ago when he was a beast. It's like we're talking about the Brandon Marshall that's like you can find in the clearance section. But not only that, you look at their draft and it's like it's very mediocre. And it's like, and the fact that, okay, you get all these weapons, but you think you could trust Eli Manning? It's like, when you go into a game, you normally, like, for example, I'm trying to think of a team like like the Patriots, for example. It's like Tom Brady is going to have a very decent game. You know what you're expecting from him. You don't know what you're expecting from Eli Manning, and that's what happened for most of the season. What's that?
I think a lot of it is like Eli Manning's mythos, the fact that he used to be a very clutch player, but now he's not really. I mean, here's the thing. If I was going to build around a player, would I build around Eli Manning? Yeah, I would build around Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, he's every season at least a top 10 quarterback, but the thing is you can't really lean on him as much anymore. He doesn't have a good offensive line. Every season he doesn't really have anywhere near a good running back. He's just got a bunch of third down running backs. His receivers are usually the best part of his team. The issue with me this season is the fact that they have Odell Beckham and they have Sterling Shepard, two guys who could potentially be number 1 and number 2 receivers on many teams. I mean, they're both very young players. They're both very young and talented players, especially Odell Beckham, who is a top 3 wide receiver in this league. But the issue is you add a guy like Brandon Marshall into the equation, and you're like, well, who's going to start now? Because Brandon Marshall is a starter. And you could end up coming into a situation where you do have a wide receiver controversy. Because Brandon Marshall is a starting receiver. Sterling Shepard is a starting receiver. Odell Beckham is a starting receiver. You just have too many guys.
Becomes the deep of the NFL.
and what's very interesting also, and I think I mentioned this, but we didn't go in detail. Maybe like offset, but like the fact that if Odell Beckham Jr.'s contract is going to expire, I think it's because I think they picked up his 5th-year option. Obviously. Mm-hmm. They put all that money on the defense, and you're putting more money in to get weapons like Brandon Marshall, stuff like that. Are you going to have enough cap room to sign him? I would say, yeah, they probably will.
Yeah,
they'll make room. But the point is,
you're not going to have to worry about that because Brandon Marshall said he's only going to play for another year or 2.
Yeah. I understand that, but I guess I was referring to more like you put all this money on the defense, right? And then so like you have a defense and Odell Beckham Jr. So what if you need to upgrade the offensive line? You won't be able to have enough money, so you have to build through the draft. And we all know how Jerry Reese is and how he drafts.
They've needed an offensive lineman.
He put himself into a corner. I mean, he's got to have to draft well. I mean, that's his job. If he doesn't do it,
I agree.
Because he's put himself into that situation where he has to do this well, or else they're not going to succeed.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I agree that the Giants are probably very overrated, but I think that they will be competing for the playoffs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think they definitely have question marks, but I can foresee that I can see them going to the playoffs again, but I don't think they're gonna have
for sure.
I don't think they're gonna have 11 wins. I'll tell you that.
I think 10 at most, personally.
10. I think their peak is 10. And
yeah.
Their other issue is the fact that Eli Manning, he is declining. I mean, I can say that right now, and he could have like a 30 touchdown year next year. But Eli Manning, if he's going to be called upon as having elite status, he doesn't put up numbers like Drew Brees. He doesn't put up numbers like Tom Brady. He doesn't put up numbers like Aaron Rodgers. Doesn't put up numbers like Cam Newton did 2 years ago. Matt Ryan either. So you're looking at it in a situation where when is Eli going to retire? Is the real question. Do you think he has 3 more seasons?
I don't know, because they did draft David or Davis. I think it's David Webb with their third round pick, which
Davis
I think. I don't know.
He's a local boy around here. That's why I know him. Cal's literally like 45 minutes away from me.
Oh, Davis that's Webb. Cool. But yeah, the thing is we don't know what he can do. Like, and I'm not trying to say Eli Manning isn't smart, but is it sure you want to develop behind already declining Eli Manning? If you get what I'm trying to say, because it's like when Dak Prescott was developing behind Tony Romo, I think he was declining, but not as fast as Eli was. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's also Eli's been playing longer too. He's played every game in every season. He has never missed a game in any of the seasons he's played. He is the most durable quarterback since Brett Favre.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.